Happy Patriot Day and stand up New York Mets fans. Tonight, it's do or die for the Mets. True, the Reds and Giants are not on the clock tonight. But that being said, they need to get their heads out of their asses, and they need to do it now. Mendoza's gambling habit has really fucked them over. 2 weeks ago, they were within 4 of the Phillies for the division. Tonight, they come into this within 10 and only 2, out by 10 and only 2 in front of for the final wild card spot. Francisco Lindor leads off the game against Jesus Luzardo. First pitch, strike one on a sinker. Lindor had tunnel vision at the plate in this whole series. He's over 12. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and over 15, and hitless in his last 15 over the last 4 games. 1-1. Personally, if the Mets fail to make the playoff cut, Mendoza needs to be held accountable for his stupidity. I don't care if he's got 1 year left in his contract. 2-1. And then they took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers a couple of weeks later. Lindor grounds one through the hole, and he's finally got a hit in this series. Here's the profile for this series. Aaron Nola, 6 innings, no runs, 3 hits, struck out, 7 walked 2. Ranger Suarez on Tuesday, 6 innings, 1 hit, 12 strikeouts, 3 walks. Christopher Sanchez was arguably the weakest of the group, but that didn't say much. 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, and a walk. Here's Soto, who had his 39th homer last night and went 3 out of 4. Triple short of a cycle, takes strike 1 up and away, up and in. A 1 pitch. Bouncing ball through the right side, base hit again. Lindor will hit the brakes and retreat to second. So the Mets are now having at least a good start. You don't have to copycat, Danny boy. So back-to-back singles. That chopped right over the first base bat, right through the hole between first and second. Soto has now reached base in 20 consecutive games. Here's Pete Alonso. 3 singles and a double in this series. 269 hitting average, 33 and 113. But he's been pretty quiet the last handful of days. Strike 1. Hasn't had an RBI since a double against the Tigers, if I remember correctly. Like last Wednesday. 0-1 pitch. That's fouled into the glove of Realmuto. Now, who's catching for the Phillies tonight? Is it JT? Yes, it is. Oh, 2. Throw Realmuto, it gets away. Lindor is safe. Ball 1, and Soto goes to second on the double steal. So for Lindor, that's stolen bag number 29 and 32 for Soto. So the Mets are really starting to come. Yeah, and Stott couldn't get a good grip on it. 1-2 pitch. That's fouled behind the plate and into the seats. 1-2 still. Damn it. 1-2 pitch is low, 2-2. And for those wondering why I said damn it, I had to ask the member of the Hardcore Sports Network and the guy who brought me in, Mitch Kofsky, to help me out tonight, but unfortunately he's got some conflicts. which I can't blame him for, to be honest. 2-2 pitch. Pop foul and goes to the back, goes into the seats behind the plate again. Anything in the outfield would get Lindor home at least. Alonso takes his batter's timeout. Two. And the son of a bitch takes strike 3 over the plate. You could have swung at that, Pete. You could have swung at that, you motherfucker. Backdoor slider, sweeper over the plate. Why didn't you take a hack at it, damn it? First pitch to Vientos. Same spot, 0-1. How much you want to bet the Mets are going to fuck this up? Down the right field line, and it's foul, 0-2. Well, changeup goes low, 1-2. One, two. Driven in the right field. Base hit. That could get both of them home. Soto, Lindor is in. The throw to the plate to get Soto. He's going to be held up. And the Mets get on the board first. 1-0 New York on an RBI single by Vientos. It's been since Sunday since they held a lead. For Vientos, it's RBI number 58 on the season. And here comes Nimmo. No, wait, it's not Nimmo. It's McNeil, right? Damn right they need the offense to wake the fuck up. It's Nimmo. First pitch is low, ball 1. A 1-0 pitch. And now it's ripped in the right field for a base hit. Vientos will go to third, and Soto will score. Nimmo will hold up at first. It's 4 singles and 5 at-bats for the Mets. They're up 2-0. Civil War, shot around world, united, not divided. Duh, of course that fucker did. Shitting. Thanks, Charles. Here's McNeil as Luzardo was going to have a mound visit, Burn, to try to calm him down. I mean, 19 pitches. He's given up 2 runs on 4 hits, all of them singles to the right side of the infield. Offense in this series, the Mets have been pathetic entering night. Only 2 runs a game, 220 batting average, 2 homers, and a 5.20 ERA. A 5 for 20 with runners in scoring position. Here's Marte. That one's low, ball 1. Damn right. Mostly the Mendoza's psychosis. Ball 2. The Mendoza's gambling psychosis. Ball 2. 2-0. This is the last year of Marte's contract. He's been on and off as a platoon DH and has had knee issues over the years. Throw to try to cut Nimmo down at first. He retreats. That's driven a left field track off the fence. March has to chase it down. Vientos scores. Nimmo's right behind him. Throw is cut to the plate, cut off. RBI double for Marte, 4-0 Mets. Just missed getting a homer, did Starling. That's the first shot that didn't go to right field. Hit off the middle of the fence. Nimmo with RBI 81. RBIs 30 and 31. Line drive caught by Luzardo. Throw back to first, and that ends the inning with a double play. Tough break for McNeil, but New York does come out, hit hard and fast early. 4 runs, 5 hits, nobody stranded. Phillies up next. Let's see what they can do against Peterson. I'm hoping it's very little against David tonight. David is in desperate need of a good outing. I mean, sure, he got the win last time out against Cincinnati, but it was by the skin of his teeth when Diaz got himself trapped in a bases loaded, no out situation. He had to fight his way out of it. And he has been very inconsistent since his outing last month against Washington. 5 1/3 against Atlanta. Where he ended up getting a no decision, and Gregory Soto was cast as scapegoat. 2 innings against Miami. 2+ against Miami, where Tyler Rogers was the scapegoat. The Mets had to fight back from being down 6 to tie and then cough it up in just half an inning or so later. And 5 1/3 in last Friday's win over the Reds. In the aforementioned win over the Reds last Friday. Harrison Bader, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Nick Castellanos, Otto Kemp, Edmundo Sosa, Brandon Marsh, Weston Wilson, the lineup for Philadelphia. They're the batting order for Philadelphia. They'll go up against David Peterson. Thanks, Nick. Let's go Mets and D. We need this tonight. I'm going to kill you for the beat the Mets part, Nick. And speak of the motherfucking devil, that piece of shit, David Peterson, first pitch, second pitch, goner. Or not. False alarm. Two and 0. Okay, never mind. No, it's off the fence. Nimmo gonna throw 2 wide, and Nimmo and Bader's on with a double. False alarm. I mean, seriously, I don't know what the fuck Stearns was thinking not bringing Bader back at the deadline, or at least going after him. Oh, wait, he's a cost-cutting skinflint. That one hit off the top of the wall, while just below the orange Aspen building sign. And here's a guy you don't want to give a home run to, Schwarber, who hit number 50 a couple of nights ago. Ball one. Second behind only Cal Raleigh, who has 52 or 53. Two and 0, and again, Peterson is just missing. I don't know why he's trying to be cute when he should just go in and battle. I don't know. I think Nimmo is. McNeil might be. We know Soto is. 2-1. Nimmo, McNeil, and Soto are probably the three I most know about. Alonso is an extension for next year if he wants to use it. Swing and a miss 2-2 has a player option for next year if he wants to use it. Two pitch to Schwarber. Got him swinging on the curveball. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the curve. One down. Phillies offense this year, tonight, 7 runs a game this series, 48% chance to score 5 or more, and they scored 4.8 this season a game on average. That's 5th in the National League. And it's among the top 5 in the NL. Here's Harper, who did get a homer last night. Ground ball to Vientos. Vientos looks him back. Throw to first, throw to second, and throw to first, gets Harper, but Bader takes the opportunity and moves to third as Vientos' throw went to third. Went to first. And here's JT Realmuto. Now, admittedly, Realmuto's numbers offensively have dipped over the years, but he is still one of the best defensive catchers in the NL. I mean, defensive and running catchers. Curveball, strike one. That may arguably be true. Chopper to Vientos, he'll throw to first, and Peterson dodges an early bullet from the leadoff double. So one hit coughed up, nothing gets across for Philadelphia. Through one, 4-0 Mets. Bottom of the order coming up. It'll be Acuna, Senger, and then back to Lindor. During the second. I hate it when that happens. Mets come into this with their magic clinch number down to 15. Philadelphia's divisional clinch number down to 7. The Mets are going to have a tough matchup tomorrow night as they face their old pitcher, Jacob deGrom. And for those wondering why deGrom has not been in the lineup and was not in the lineup each of the last 2 series the Mets have faced Texas, let me go get something for visual aid and context. I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do when I bring it out. It's just for visual aid. The reason deGrom has not been in the lineup for any Met games, the last games against the Mets as a Ranger the last 2 years, thanks, Pat, is ball 1 to Acuna, is because of this. This is a fruit peeling knife, but let's just pretend it's a surgeon's scalpel. He went in 23, he went under the knife for UCL damage. For Tommy John due to UCL damage, and missed the back end of 2023 and all of 2024. That said, 1-1 pitch to Acuna is low and in, 2-1. That's why this will be the first time deGrom will be facing the Mets as a Ranger tomorrow night. Ground ball, throw is scooped up by Bohm, or is it Scott? 1 down either way. Either way, 1 down. Oh, it's Kemp. I forgot. He's playing third. I'll be right back. First pitch to Singer, utility catcher, strike 1. Strike 2. As soon as I walk away, 1, 2, 3 inning for the Mets. But then again, bottom of the order plus Lindy, kind of expected. Oh, you piece of shit. Banned from studio. Wolfman Azashi, Marcos Padilla, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, I want nothing to do with you anymore. Now stay out of my life, you son of a bitch.
Only took 2 minutes. Well, I mean, cars will get more than just saying. Next time, how about less fluid ounces?
Pop up, not surprised.
My skincare routine will trash. And the pump top,
bad enough when I have trolls in my stream, but when a shit bag like that comes in, it's infinitely worse.
Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up. Charmin Ultra Strong has a dynamic texture that's more durable and tastes better, but you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
And that one's lined up the center by Castellanos for a base hit. Sinker, middle, and cooking. Peterson's got to throw those more away from the center. That's fouled off on one by Otto Kemp. I better see if the son of a bitch reinstated his old. Yes, the little fucker did. 1 and 2. And for those wondering who I'm calling a little fucker, it's someone I used to know who is just basically being an grade A pain in the dick. Report user. Just straight up report. One, two is chopped. Lindor scoops it up, gets it to Acuna at second for one. Over the first, 6-4, 4-3 double play. In fairness, this is one thing I can be justifiable in a complaint. I just wish YouTube didn't make it such a damn process. Strike one. And Mono Sosa fouls that one off, 0-2. That's fouled off, and we'll do it again. Three, two, one. O2 pitch. Remember, Phillies coming into this 3 back of the Brewers for the top spot in the NL. Too high, 1 and 2. That would essentially get them home field advantage throughout the playoffs. If I remember correctly, the Brew Crew still won the series 4-2. So even if there was a tiebreaker involved, into the right field corner for a double. Sosa making a break, as Soto was a little slow to get to the corner. Instead of getting out of the inning unscathed, Peterson will have a little extra work as Sosa hits a 2-out ground double into the right field corner. Brandon Marsh up next. First pitch, high and ball one with the sinker. This series, he's 3 for 5 with a double, a pair of singles, and a couple of ribbies. He's also been walked twice. Ground ball bounce back to Peterson, throw to first, inning over. 2 hits coughed up, but Peterson gets out of it fairly unscathed. Inning and a half complete. 2 innings complete. 4-0, New York.
My husband takes his watch party related duties very seriously. Every sport, every season. And because we always have a good deal in the food line, no one ever leaves hungry.
There we go. I was wondering what that was about. It'll be Soto, Alonso, and Vientos for the Mets due up in the third. Mets have struck out twice. Phillies have struck out once. 8 hits between the two pitchers. 5 of the first 6 Mets got on base. 4 of them got home. Where it's taken 3 out of the first, 9 or 7 or so. 7 or so Phillies to get on base. So leading off in the third. First pitch from Luzardo. Here it comes. And that's flown down the left field line, and it's going to hook foul. 0-1. Soto since August 1st has been number 1 in on-base percentage, OPS, stolen bases, number 2 in homers, 3rd in slugging, and 4th in ribbies. One. Swing and a miss. Got chasing the sweeper. 1-2. And there's a reason that Soto's been a more 2-2 pitch. So the line's one on the right, but it's going to get caught by Castellanos. One down. Here's Pete Alonso. Ball one. Strike one. Subscribe to the ABSN official YouTube channel for those wondering. Swung and a miss. Sweeper this time low. 1-2. 2-2. Two and two fouled off. And consequence. 2-2 pitch, and Alonso swings at a shit sweeper again. Strike three. One of Pete's biggest weaknesses in this series has been the off-speed shit. He's been chasing or staring at it. Since June 12th, the Mets have had the fourth worst record in the league. Here's Vientos. And he takes strike one on the sweeper. And Vientos whacks this one. Deep right center field, but it's playable for Castellanos, and he's got it to end the inning. Two and a half innings complete. 4-0 New York. Weston Wilson, Harrison Bader, Kyle Schwarber due up. Can Peterson get a clean 1-2-3? Sure, his pitch count's been low, but that's because of defense and the fact that Phillies hitting the ball early and often.
Too disruptive to have me come in and shake everything up. No, don't be so self-deprecating. You got a pound of cheese. Yeah, a pound of cheese for my mom. Perfect. Beautiful, isn't it? It's exquisite. I could never. With Walmart's express delivery, you could as fast as an hour. Interesting. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new. Well, this resume is getting thin. Just look like what you want. You need a better plan. I need Indeed. And Indeed profile works harder than a resume alone. The more skills and preferences you add, the more tailored job matches you get. No dance moves required. Subway's got a new meal of the day with chips and a drink for just $6.99. Or if you're big hungry, make it a foot-long for only $3 more. Big hungry. What do you think? Find your version. The all-new $6.99 meal of the day at Subway. Meal at your service. Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance with Liberty Mutual. We should have gone the other way. Only paying for what you need. Liberty, Liberty, Liberty.
First pitch to Weston Wilson, and he goes upstairs with it, ball one. Wilson, only 43 games played. He's struck out twice in this series. 1-1 on the curveball. Swing and a miss. Got him with the curve again. 1-2. Wilson will call his time. One-two pitch. Almost hit him. 2-2. That's fouled off, and we'll do it again. Misses with the sinker that just sails up instead of going down. Full count. Payoff. Popped up, but it's going to go to the seats, foul again. Payoff. Got him swinging on the curveball, one down. Peterson, like much of the front line of the rotation, has struggled over his last handful of starts. He started 283 in his first 21, but it's ballooned to a 750 or thereabouts in his last 6. And here's Harrison Bader, a man who's been a Met killer this season for Philadelphia, hitting over 600 against them, both as a Twin and now as a Philly. Swings at a curveball low, strike one. Bader having one of his best years in 25, 16 homers, 51 ribbies. 0-1 pitch. That's fouled back. This Saturday night, we will see the St. Louis Cardinals battle the Milwaukee Brewers. For the Brewers, it's about clinching the Central Division. For the Cardinals, it's to fight to stay in the wild card hunt. In the dirt, 1-1, 1-2. If I remember correctly, St. Louis is like 4 back of the Mets. Is, I think, 4 back of New York, maybe 3. I don't remember. I think it's 4. Arizona's 3.5 back, and everyone else is 2 back. And the Reds and the Giants are 2 back of the Mets. Fouled off again, 1-2. Bader against the Mets, 563, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 6 ribbies, 7 runs scored. That goes behind to the back. One-two is ripped down the right field line, but it's going to go foul on the changeup. Bader's fighting. Two and two. That looked too far in. That's chop foul, and again, Bader continues to fight. Got him swinging this time with the slider, 2 down. No way, I banned him, so he shouldn't be coming back in. 0-1 pitch to Schwarber, that's low, 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. And again, Peterson fails to get the clean inning. Ball one on the slider to Harper. It was announced earlier this year that Philadelphia will get next year's All-Star game. And Wrigley Field will get the 27 game. Strike one. Means 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got the curveball in there. 1-2. Too high, 2-2. Peterson getting a little too fidgety. He hasn't gotten the clean 1-2-3 yet. And that's low. Full count on the slider. Realmuto waiting on deck. Payoff pitch. Schwarber goes. Not mattering. Strike three. Inning over. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk and Dean. I'm doing okay, Yassine. Peterson dodges another bullet, but he still needs to get that clean 1-2-3 inning for his confidence sake. 3 innings complete. 4-0 Mets. That's not surprising, to be honest. He's at Yankee Stadium with the Mets out of town till tomorrow, and the Yankees playing the Tigers in a crucial 3-game set on Patriot Day. I don't blame, and he's the president. I don't blame them for going to the Yankee Stadium tonight. And at least the Yankees are fighting hard. They're up 4-1 over the Tigers. However, the Yankees did not get any help from the Astros today as they got shut out by the Jays 6-0. I'm aware of that too. I mean, the game started in Green Bay, but still, I just want to check how my fantasy team is going to do. Ball one. On the Nemo. Ground ball, dive, caught and covered up by Schwarber, and he beats him over the bag, one down. Can I see some discipline at the plate, boys? Stack the count. Stop chasing everything. Tunnel vision loonies. Strike one on the fastball, 0-1 on the Starling Marte, who got the 2-run double to put the Mets up by 4, and it has the lead at this current state. Low on the changeup, 1-1. Fouled off. You'd be doing the same thing that Darty did to Jones if you bring him in week 3. Throwing him to the Wolves, he caves under the pressure. And then bye-bye Brian Dable, for better or worse. 2-2. The only difference being Russell Wilson won't get another start again in that case. He's unlike Eli, who got 2 final starts in his career. Tipped into the glove, strike 3, 2 down. So is that 10 in a row now retired by Luzardo? Ball 1 on the sweeper, and that gets away. Not that it matters. Nobody's on base. That's fouled off by McNeil down the first baseline on the sinker, 1-1. Don't remind me. 1-2 is the sweeper just stared at by McNeil when he could have considered taking a cut. That's getting lazy and tactically tunnel vision at the plate. 1-2 pitch. And there it is. More tunnel vision. Strike 3. $11 in a row retired by Luzardo. 4-0 Mets. Oh, he's country around the world. Why? Why? Because Patriots are in control. I heard that too, Yassine, and I hate it. Trips is basically selling his soul for Soviet blood, the company for Soviet blood money, essentially. At least from my perspective, he is. Okay, that's not Laura Bailey. That sounded like Brittany Karbowski playing Maka here.
Moisturizing body wash that locks in 4 times the moisturizers of your old body wash. Wow, what about half the ingredients? Clean moisturizing body wash isn't a myth. I think something's off.
Part of the order for the Phillies, it'll be Castellanos, Realmuto, Castellanos, and Kemp. First pitch, ball 1 on the curve on the changeup. One 0 inside 1-1. Ever since the sweep a few weeks ago at Citi Field, Phillies took 3 out of 4 from Atlanta and then took 2 of 3 from both Miami and in Milwaukee. The Mets, on the other hand, have not been as lucky. They lost 3 out of 4 to Miami, took 2 of 3 from the Tigers, and then lost 2 out of 3 to the Reds and have lost the first 3 in this series, 2-1. That's a ground ball by Realmuto to short. Lindor fires the first, 1 down. But they've been dog food when they go to Citizens Bank. I mean, sure, the Mets have won the season series, but if you can't get a win, one more win here at Philadelphia, it's Pyrrhic. I mean, it's the same principle that happened to the Mets during their series with Atlanta. Atlanta basically clobbered them all year, both on the road and at home, with the bulk of the Mets with 3 of the 5 Met wins against Atlanta. Out of the 3 wins the Mets did get out of the 5 coming at home. Strike 0-1 to Castellanos. 1-1. Next Thursday game, Yankees against the O's. That's fouled off. Fouled off again. Hello, Durales 93. Changeup is outside, 2-2. That's fouled off by Castellanos, and we'll do it again. Thanks. Full count. Pearson is getting a little too fine here. Just battle, David. You want to know why you're not getting clean innings? You're being too fine-tuned. And the curveball is low, ball 4. And once again, Peterson fails to get a clean 1-2-3 inning. Io Kemp is up next. That's gone. And that's going to cut the deficit in half. That's a consequence when you don't get a clean 1, 2, 3 inning, David. Sixth homer of the year for Kemp, and the Phillies have cut the deficit in half. It's now 4-2. What was that pitch? Slider that went middle in and didn't slide to the outside. Strike one on the sinker to Edmundo Sosa. And this is what happens when the Phillies show that plate discipline. Swing and a miss on the high heater, 0-2. Especially when the offense has been asleep at the plate, allowing Lazar to retire the last 10. 0-2. But he comes back and gets Sosa on the slider, 2 down. Aaron Judge with his 360th career homer. Left center field shot. Strike one on the curveball to Marsh. That's fouled. Yeah. When you look at those numbers, Judge still has a long way to go. He is not on pace to beat Ruth. Swing and a miss. Marsh goes down swinging, but not before Philadelphia fires back. They get 2 runs on a hit and a walk. The Otto Kemp homer has given Philadelphia life. 4 innings complete. Mets 4, Phillies 2. I cannot. I am not going to the theater. I don't care for Demon Slayer. I mean, I've met some of the cast. Bryce Pappen. I've come across some of the cast. Don't get me wrong. I've come across Bryce Pappenbrook, Steve Bloom, Johnny Young Bosch. Zach Aguilar. But Demon Slayer is not a series that interests me, to be perfectly honest. Acuna takes strike one on the changeup. Luzardo has been holding the Mets in check as he's gotten rid of each of the last 10 batters he's faced. That's blooped in the right center field. This is going to drop. Castellanos slides and catches it. Fuck you, Castellanos. Off the end of the bat. And it's now 11 Mets in a row retired by this motherfucker Luzardo. Singer takes strike one. The Mets have not found a way to break his rhythm. Singer pops this one up, shallow. And Sosa will make the catch. Why didn't we put Albie in there tonight? I mean, I get that his hands are compromised, fine. But Singer is a bad choice for a hitting catcher. Mets didn't make the playoffs that year. First pitch to Lindor. Throwing the fact the Mets are not stacking the count again, which is a key aspect of plate discipline. Getting the pitcher to gas himself out by throwing pitches. The Mets are not doing that right now. They did that in the first inning. Why haven't they done that in each of the previous 3 2/3, huh? 1-1. Bouncing ball, Harper scoops it up, and that's 13 in a row retired by Luzardo since the first. Halfway home, 4-2 Mets. Hey, Mets, do me a favor and show some fucking discipline at the plate. Stack his damn pitch count. Get him to throw pitches instead of just chasing everything, you dumbasses. Psychopathic gambling bleeding into the team again. People wonder why I want to kill Carlos Mendoza, or at the very least get him fired should the Mets fail to make the playoff cut. And I don't think anyone would blame me. Mendoza killed the vibes this year. The gambling from June on has done more harm than good. And he is constantly falling back into the gamble trap. When someone should just put a garrote around, should tie a garrote around his neck and cut his head off. I don't care who, because it's not going to be me. Especially when you consider that Peterson has again and again and again in this game failed to get a clean 1-2-3. He's always had a man on the bags at one point or another in this game so through the first 4. And last inning, it more or less came back to bite him when he gave up the 2-run bomb to Kemp.
Junior bacon cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a medium drink. So you better be on your way. Bacon makes from home. The #1 deal for the #1 bacon cheeseburger. Gotta be Wendy's.
I mean, seriously, I've become the awful coaching of baseball on this network, on the channel, on YouTube. Swing and a miss on the changeup to Weston Wilson, strike one. One and one. And mostly because Peterson is forcing his pitches. Forcing it again, this time with the curveball, 2-1. And Mendoza should be held accountable if the Mets fail to make the cut. In any case, 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the changeup again, 2-2. And why has the pitching been dog shit the last 2.5 months? Oh, wait, Mendoza, you're a gambling psychopath! That one game in June against Tampa, you fucked it up. Caused a domino effect in the right field. And again, Peterson, get a clean 1-2-3, you son of a bitch! I said Weston Wilson, not Preston. And Nick. I mean, seriously, David. It's a simple concept. Clean 1-2-3, you motherfucker. Bader fouls that one off. It's that simple. Just get one guy, then the next, and then the next. What do you think Luzardo's doing? But then again, Philly is now showing you performing plate discipline drills against you. Something the Mets are not doing, have not done in this game since the first inning. Why else has Luzardo gotten out 13, you dumbasses, straight? Because you got lazy! Reed Garrett warming up in the pen. I do not like this, especially when Gary is atrocious with men on the base pads. And Mendoza showing his gambling psychosis again. He has to die. 0-2 pitch. That's gone. Nope, it's playable. At the track, McNeil makes the catch. And Wilson retreats back to first. Oh, come on, Nick. I'm just speaking the truth and cutting through Mendoza's bullshit. Here's Schwarber. Strike one on the sinker. Didn't go around on that one. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Got him with the slider at 1-2. Got him to chase the slider. Throw back to first to try to cut Wilson down, and it doesn't work. That's first disengagement for Peterson. That's Peterson's first disengagement. Got him again, this time with the curveball. That's K number 7 for Peterson. 2 down. But now he's facing a guy who's just as dangerous. Though he hasn't been used as much this year by Philadelphia due to an injury to his hand, Bryce Harper. Swing and a miss, strike one. Down the right field line, fair ball. That's going to bring Wilson home. given how slow Soto is to get to it. 4-3. I mean, seriously, Soto, pick it up pick up the pace if it's gonna go into the corner, you son of a bitch. And this is why there are consequences to not getting a clean 1-2-3, which is what Peterson has failed to do in this whole fucking game. The inability for the Mets to continue to show good plate discipline instead of tactical tunnel vision on the plate, and Peterson's inability to get the clean 1-2-3 is driving me up a wall and has basically allowed a 4-0 lead to evaporate to a 1-run lead. Wake the fuck up, Mets! Swing and a miss on the curveball by Realmuto. Tying run at second, go ahead at the plate for Philadelphia. Fouled off. We'll do it again. I mean, seriously, you guys want to know why Luzardo is constantly getting you guys out? Because you're chasing everything! Stop the count! Look at what the Phillies are doing to Peterson, you bastards! Ugh. This team is so fucking frustrating for me this year. It was exciting last year, not so much this year. Here in this back half. 0-2. That's fouled off, and we'll do it again. Especially when you have a manager who is a grade A gambling psychopath. Distress, I call on the Lord, and he hears my voice. Got him swinging this time with a fastball, but again, Peterson coughs up another run. This time on 2 hits. We go to the 6. Can the Mets bats wake the fuck up? 4-3 Mets. Show me some fucking discipline at the plate this inning, you dumbasses. Please. Stack Luzardo's pitch count like you did in the first inning, you motherfuckers. I mean, look at what the Yankees are doing right now to the Tigers. 7-1. They chase Sawyer Gibson long pretty quickly out of the game. Why aren't you assholes doing the same to Luzardo? Because you got lazy after inning 1. You took your foot off the throat when you're supposed to keep it on it and crush it, you dumbasses. Why didn't I start Eckler tonight? It'll be Soto, Alonso, and Vientos to start the 6th for the Mets. They'll lead off the due up in the 6th. And it looks like Peterson's night is over. 5 innings, 3 runs, 7 hits. 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. That is so not a strike, you dumbass ump. One one. So pulls it, ground ball, and again, where is the play? Get the play, you ass fuckers! 14 of you bastards retired in a row because you've got television at the plate! Stop gambling and chasing everything! Stop his fucking pitch count! Alonso! You son of a bitch! I said stop chasing everything! Stop his fucking pitch count! Plate discipline is about stacking the count, not chasing everything, you assholes! This is not what I meant by stacking his pitch count, Mark. Take a cut. Fouled it off. And another fucking strikeout. Why are you guys so damn lazy to play lately? 16 in a row from this piece of shit. And you guys have done nothing since the first. 4-3 through 5.5. Can you assholes do me a favor? 7th inning if that bastard's still out there. Stack the damn pitch count. Have him work. Instead of chasing everything. Mendoza, Chavez, Barnes, you're all gone if this team does not make the playoff cut this year. You're all out because you're pieces of shit. Who are handicapped. 1 by gambling, 1 with the pitching core, 2 with the hitting core. Michael, I don't just want Mendoza fired. I want him dead. The self-indulgence and incompetency shown this year is more than likely going to fuck the Mets out of a playoff spot. I don't care if he's got 1 year left on that contract. I say tear it the fuck up. Reed Garrett will face Castellanos, Kemp, and Sosa at minimum. Let's see if he can give me a clean 1, 2, 3. Don't we all? Don't we all?
It matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
This is only Garrett's second appearance since coming back from an injury. Ball one. Castellanos lines one in the right, in the left, and even Garrett can't get me a damn 1-2-3. Throw to second, and Acuna can't get the tag in. Leadoff double. Why the fuck can't this pitching card give me a clean 1-2-3 inning? You better cookie, Garrett. Mendoza, you have to die for this crime. First pitch to Kemp. Ball one. You're going to die at the end of this season, Mendoza. You hear me? You're dead. Strike two. In the center. And McNeil couldn't get there in time, and that's going to tie the fucking game. What is this have to happen? Garrett is not a middle reliever. Mendoza, you stupid motherfucking. Mendoza, I'm going to kill you. You have to die for this kind of shit. I'd rather see you dead when the season's over. Bouncer to short. Low throw, but Lindor got him. One down. Ball one. Ball 3. Can we please get Garrett out of there and put Rayleigh in, Mendoza, you gambling lunatic? I've said it before, I'll say it again. Carlos Mendoza is a gambling dog who cannot be cured. And like a dog, this bastard will only respond to discipline. And March gets walked on 4. Please get Garrett off the mound, Mendoza. You know he's shit when he has men on the base paths. You gambling bastard who deserves death. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Two ones. That one almost hits Wilson. Two and two. A friend of mine is about to come in. Anyone who's in here, please mute your mic so you don't hear what he's going to say. Please mute your audio and do so now. John swinging, 2 down. Sorry, Michael, I had to put a little warning up.
No worries. Don't worry about it. Can everybody hear me right now? All right. Let me drop a recording real quick because this shit's gonna go down. It's like I'm sick and tired of his dumb bullshit right now. Like I dead ass am. Let me do some stuff here because shit's about to go down with this clown, bro. So grab some popcorn because this is gonna get good. All right, last warning to everybody. For those of you who don't know who I am Tribal Chief Michael. I am one of Mets new moderators. So if anybody does not want to hear what's coming, I suggest you mute the stream right now. And all I have to say is that YouTube, I am totally sorry for saying this. And Mets, if you get demonetized, I am totally sorry.
I don't make money on here anyway.
Okay, that's great. So that's great. That's even better. So shit's about to go down. So let me start recording this because I'm gonna post this. But
you may cost me my job with the ABSN if you do this.
Wait, what?
You may cost me my job with the groups I'm a part of if you say this.
What, with the recordings?
Yeah.
Okay, I will not record then. And if that's the case, I will not do it.
Okay.
I
Just do it on.
I'll just like I was gonna do that. I was just gonna post it to Jose's server. So, but that's fine. All right, here we go. Marcos Padilla, this is your last fucking warning. I am telling you this right now. You need to leave Mets the fuck alone. This is your final warning. I am tired of you tagging him, and I am sick and tired of you tagging Mega Man and G, and I'm sick of you tagging everybody else just for your crybaby ass bullshit. I need you to do me a favor and quit saying that you have no intentions of hacking and doing all the repetitive bullshit. We're sick and tired of this. I need you to do me a fucking favor, grow a pair of fucking balls, drop the act, and start getting a fucking job or a hobby, because all you're doing right now is causing harm to this entire community. So I suggest you fuck off and get a life. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Mets. I
That
appreciate
works.
that. Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome,
Thank
Michael.
you. All right. You guys can unmute now. So, yeah, I'm out. Shout out to Mets, guys. Go subscribe to this amazing guy. Much love to him, man. But, yeah, later, Gators.
And as that was happening, Philadelphia takes the lead on RBI single. Mendoza, why are you so adamant of pissing me the fuck off with your bullpen gambling habit? You're wondering why I keep calling you out on this shit, demanding you to be pink slip, demanding you be killed off. Shit like this is why. And who was it who does it? A Harrison Bader ribby single. What? How am I not fucking surprised by that? Here comes Raley. Throwing the fact there's been no plate discipline since the first thing by the Mets, and it's really frustrating. Cut fastball, strike one. Philadelphia now up 5-4 because of Mendoza's stupidity, self-indulgence, and gambling psychosis. 1-1. I mean, he is in full deserving of my hatred, of my anger, and my desire to kill him. 2-1. My apologies for my friend, Michael, the Haven Nut Tribal Chief. But let's just say the feud that he and this ex-friend of mine have had has been driving him up a wall. So he had to come off it. 3-1 pitch. And it's a walk. Bags loaded. Here comes Real Muto. And one can argue the loss of Jesse Winker. Oh, it's Harper, excuse me. 1-1. Bobbles it, 6-4, maybe 7. That'll be charged to Garrett, who is still on the hook. And all because the Mets fell asleep at the plate after the first. And the Phillies have come alive because there have been no clean 1-2-3s. Remind me to kill you, Carlos Mendoza. Your gambling habit is killing me, so I'm gonna kill you when this season's over. Fouled off by Realmuto. Fouled off. Hell, I think ever since you came in, Marcos, it's been a disaster for the Mets. I always said you were a parasite, and this proves it. So leave me the fuck alone, you piece of shit. Popped up. Mets finally get out of the inning, but not before 3 runs are coughed up. Now can the Mets do me a favor? Stack the pitch count on Luzardo and show some damn discipline at the plate! 6-4 Philadelphia. I mean, seriously, when this season's over, regardless if the Mets make the playoff cut or they don't, Carlos Mendoza needs to be fired. When you look back at this season, June 13th was the negative turning point. The gambling habit reared his ugly head. The gambling bastard reared his ugly head. That was the point we should have been calling for Mendoza to be fired. I do not care that motherfucker has got 1 year left in his contract. I just want to see that bastard out. Because fans will cast him. Fans will know that Mendoza's the scapegoat. Cohen knows that Mendoza will be the scapegoat because he doesn't know how to handle pressure properly. The motherfucker deserves death for how he's gambled away this season. And I want him out. Peterson's only saving grace is he's not going to get cast as the scapegoat in this game. It'll be Garrett. Next season, if Mendoza gets fired after this one, give me a manager who does not rely on bullpen gambling. Give me a manager who is not a psychopath with analytics. Give me a manager who is not a fucking Yankee holdover. Cohen, I'm sick of you picking guy. Do I have to spell it out to you, Steve Cohen? The last 3 managers have been Yankee holdovers. Foxes let into the henhouse who destroy the henhouse after year 2. Stop bringing these assholes in. No more of these assmongers. Nimmo takes strike 1. Yeah, because the motherfuckers have been lazy since the first. They got 5 of their first 6 men out on, and they haven't gotten anybody on the last 16 at bats. Swing and a miss by Nimmo on the heater. They're basically letting Luzardo get away with a shit inning by falling asleep at the wheel. Mendoza needs to die for this shit. He has to die when this season is over. Or at the very least be pink slipped. 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be a 17th consecutive at bat. Batter retired. And that double play was the turning point. Strike one on a changeup. And even if they don't get, and we all know it'll be Duran coming in for the ninth. 1-1. Strike two. And strike three. 18 straight because you assholes are not stacking the pitch count. Stack his asshole. Stack his damn count, you assholes. McNeil first pitch. Ball one. One and one. You know he's throwing the low shit, so stop chasing it. Gives and he takes away. Blessed is the name of the Lord. Why swing at that, Jeff? It was away. Hold up on that. Time to stretch. 6-4 Philadelphia. My good mood is gone because of you, Mendoza. You refuse to learn your fucking lesson about pitcher gambling and how wrong it is. And I've said, regardless if the Mets make the postseason cut or they do not, I want you out. Because you don't listen to me. You don't listen to a fan who is calling you out for your stupid bullshit. It got you on. That almost cost the team a playoff spot last year, and it's on pace to definitely cost them this year because you don't possess integrity. You're dishonest. You never hold yourself accountable for the fuck-ups. You're always saying pitching's got to be better this, pitching's got to be better that. Bullshit. You need to be held accountable for discernment on using said pitchers. And if you don't want to learn, you can go fuck yourself. To death, for all I care. There's no justice in this world with shitbags like him running this team into the ground. And God, I am speaking this from the bitterness of my soul. And this would explain you, Mendoza. You suffer from cluster B personality disorders. And you're in the desperation phase. Phase 3. And once the Mets lose the final wild card spot lead, it's stage 4. Hopelessness. Right now, the Mets are in stage 3 because of your stupidity and self-indulgence. Desperation. And Tyler Rogers will now come on the pitch, the 7th for the Mets. As far as I'm concerned, Mendoza, when this season's over, needs to be put in a psych ward. Or at the very least, stripped of his job. Because the bullshit gambling right now is in stage 3. Desperation. And once we lose that position, stage 4. Losing phase. And then he'll be sentenced to a baseball manager's death. Pink slip. Sidewinder chops it to Vientos, throw to first, 1 down. Ball 1. That's fouled off. Kemp got the rally triggered for the Phillies back in the 4th when he hit a 2-run bomb and basically cut the deficit in half at the time. That's popped up, and that's going behind the plate. Singer is going to have room, 2 down. And like I said, the only reason the Mets have not faced Jacob each of the last 2 years is because in 2023, he had to go under the knife for UCL damage. He had to go undergo Tommy John surgery, another Tommy John surgery for UCL damage. Mundo Sosa up next. Sidewinder throws a sinker, ball 1. Ground ball. Acuna throws off balance. And hey, we finally got a clean 1-2-3. Good job, Tyler. You should have been there on the 6th to begin with, not Reed Garrett. We go to the 8th, 6-4 Philadelphia. Can the Mets finally figure out how to hit off Jesus Luzardo's off-speed shit, lay off on his high heaters, and show the same level of fucking discipline they showed in the 1st? not surprised, Mitch.
Most patients achieve remission at 1 year, and some patients show visible healing of the intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tripwire. Backed by over 15 years of clinical research. Ask your doctor about Tripwire today. At Fisher Investments, we may look like other money managers, but we're different. You can't be that different. We are. We have a team of specialists not only in investing, but also in financial and estate lending and more. Your clients rely on you for all that? Yes, and as a fiduciary, we always put their interests first. But you still sell commission-based products, right? No. We have a simple management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better. Huh. We're more different than I thought. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Wait, we're standing to be efficient here.
That doesn't matter. This is Jersey Mike's commercial. So what matters most is your sub and that sub goal. Don't tell anybody about my secret spot. Where the subs matter most. The Jersey Mike's thing. After those 4 runs of the first 5 hitters in this game,
First pitch to Acuna. Strike 1 on the changeup. That's fouled off, 0-2. It's fouled off. Consequence of letting Iglesias go. Did he go? No, he did not. 1-2. That one looked like it hit Acuna, but whatever. And the piece of shit swung at it. 19, 20 straight. And now Singer's out, and Alvarez is coming in to catch the last bit of the game. And this is a guy who's come into this game with busted limbs and with busted fingers. And he takes a sweeper for a strike. Two and 1 Alvarez. Got him. By a step. You got him. Fouled off by Lindor over the plate. Strike 1. 1-1. High heater is fouled off again. 1-2. And down goes Lindor swinging. You piece of shit! No good motherfuckers! 22 straight at bats! You couldn't get a fucking hit off this son of a bitch? I said there were consequences to taking your foot off the throat, and these are the consequences! Yeah, the only difference is the Mets had expectations this year. I had none with the Giants. The problem is when you get rid of Jose Iglesias and J.D. Martinez decides to retire, that kills the vibes. Throwing Jesse Winker's been out all year, no vibes there. Throwing Mendoza being a gambling psychopath, and it does more harm than good. You want to come back in, Michael? I left you the link so we can discuss this. Carlos Mendoza is in stage 3 of a gambling addiction, borderlining into stage 4. The stage of desperation going into complete hopelessness because he is so psychotic with gambling. It's either going to be Hesley or, well, it might not be either one of them. I think it's probably going to be Brosby in the 8th, since he was the one who was called up. 5 of the first 6. It'll be Duran to come in for the 9th. Nope, they're bringing Diaz in for damage control. Strike 1. And Yohan Duran getting ready. I mean, the Mets will be happy to see someone not named Jesus Luzardo coming on the pitch tonight, and it is someone they're familiar with whacking around. Granted, they've only gotten base hits off him. 0-2. One and two. Ironic, that's the Mets' magic number to clinch, 15. But it would have been less if Mendoza wasn't such a gambling lunatic. Wasn't in stage 3 of a gambling addiction. Two and two. Which is where the gun should come into play. Too high, full count. Gets the strikeout of Marsh, 1 down.
Rangers are intriguing. It's almost like the Milwaukee Brewers of the AL West because so many of their players are injured. Seager, Simeon. The Seager's coming back. Garcia is coming back.
Strike one.
Most people have never heard of Michael Jordan, Dustin Harris, Cody Freeman, right now, pretty much. And I figured it was a little time before they took off, but that was because the guys that shit was for Arizona, so but no, there's already sort of it's the Rangers. Nobody figured they would be at some point this year.
That's gone. Nope. Nemo's under it. Backtracking towards the track. 2 down. Next Thursday, while some will get the Yankees against the Orioles, others will get the Cubs versus the Reds. Have fun. Ground ball. There, scoops it up. We go to the 9th.
What do you do when things get tough? You don't give up. If you've been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer, then try hormone therapy. Ask your doctor.
Last chance. Can the Mets finally get their heads out of their fucking asses tonight? 6-4 Philadelphia. And all because pitching couldn't get a clean 1-2-3 through the first 6. And they fell asleep in the plate after the first fucking inning. Like a bunch of hubristic dipshits. I wish gamblers were eradicated from the face of the earth. I want to ask Mendoza a question. Have you ever watched a 1940s Looney Tunes short called Now That Summer's Gone about a squirrel who basically cons everyone into gambling their acorns and wins every time, only for his father to pull a trick on him and turn his gambling habit against him? And despite he was supposed to come right back with the nuts in hand from the bank, and his dad catches him in the act. Well, that's what I feel like with you, Mendoza. You've gambled away the game this year, in the season this year, with your psychosis. You're in the stage of desperation, leaning into hopelessness since June. April through May, first half of June was the winning phase. June to July, losing phase. August to now, phase of desperation. Probably after tonight, it'll be hopelessness. And when that phase finally hits, your ass is gone. Your ass is grass, I'm the fucking lawnmower, and we get a new manager for 2026. Fingers crossed it's not another Yankee holdover. Mets have not won any of the 62 games they've trailed after 8 innings out of their 70. First pitch to Soto was fouled off, and it hits Real Muto in the mask. 0-1. Strike 2 is he just doesn't bother going after the knuckle curve. So takes his batter's timeout. And chases the high heat. Strike 3. 1 down. $23 fucking straight at. Where did the plate discipline go after the first thing, you pieces of shit? Where'd it go? Give me the death note, and I will write Mendoza's name in it. I don't care if they're cosplay props, and it's not going to work if I did, even if I had one. My rage at Mendoza is at a boiling point where I will kill him if push comes to shove. Where death is imminent for him if push comes to shove. I've been calling for months for this bastard to get pink slipped. And this is a game that's equivalent to the straw breaking the camel's back. Strike 1. One and one. Two and one. Pete didn't go on that pitch. Mets haven't even had a damn three balls count all game because of their lack of discipline, their discipline at the plate or lack of it. Two one. Swing and a miss. 2-2, or fouled off at the very least. Why chase that pitch, you piece of dog fuck? It was so out of the zone. Why chase it? This is why I keep saying, Mendoza, there are consequences to your gambling habit. The team loses confidence because of your psychotic gambling. You need to die for your gambling. First pitch to Vientos. Strike 1 as he takes a knuckle curve over the plate instead of swinging at it. Fouled off. Strikeout coming in 3, 2, and fucking 1. Check swing, but he went around. Phillies win 6-4. See, Mendoza, there are consequences to your gambling habit. 25 straight batters after the first 4 or 5 got on. No recovery after that double play lineout. Where was the plate discipline after that, huh? Where was it? Now the magic number for Philadelphia is 5, and the Mets now lose half a game to both San Francisco and Cincinnati. And all you're doing is desperation stage gambling. If we get knocked out by either Cincinnati or San Francisco, you're fired, Mendoza. You hear me? I want Mets fans across the country that the Mets fail to make the playoff cut demand fire Mendoza for his incompetence, his self-indulgence, his psychotic gambling habits. It almost got us in trouble last year. It could get, and it's probably going to cost us this year. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'm Mets2128. I'm in not a good mood. Fuck Carlos Mendoza to death. Goodbye, and good fucking night. Bang!